Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Monika Mitchell about Brazen, which is going to be available worldwide on Netflix. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's exciting. I mean, has it hit you that it's finally going to be out very soon? Like, it's pretty crazy to think about that.
It has. I have watched the trailer myself 700 times. I don't know. I'm in love with the trailer. And I just discovered yesterday that there's also a teaser. I didn't know that. Somehow that escaped me. I'm sure they told me. But it has taken a minute to sink in. Like, we got the artwork in December, and then we got the trailer, and I can't believe the whole world's going to see it tomorrow.
There's the obvious things about the whodunit. There's the suspense and the thriller mystery component, right? But what else is appealing for you specifically about working with those type of stories and that genre specifically?
Specifically that genre, I do like the suspense and the romance, but I like escapism. Since I started, my early movies were on the festival circuit and were more independent. And even then, I always wanted to entertain people. I don't necessarily have huge, lofty aspirations to change the course of humanity, although of course that would be nice. But I think there is an enormous amount of value in just watching a great movie, turning it off, feeling satisfied, feeling like you were transported into another world for an hour and a half, and you got to leave this one behind for a little while.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of validity in escapism. Like, I look at the Marvel movies or the Star Wars movies. I love those movies, man. I love them. And for a different audience and a different time of their lives, this is that kind of thing. It's part spectacle, part emotional journey, and 100% let's go someplace else for an hour and a half.
I also like kind of to add to that a little bit too, Monika. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could just come home from a day of work, put something on, not really pay attention as much. With this film, it's fun to kind of go in as well and just be stimulated and pay attention and be an active kind of viewer as well. I like that component as well with this film too. You have to pay attention, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about a whodunit. And it was nice to get so excited about the shooting of it and the look and the feel of the film, because it is a whodunit. People are more likely to watch. Yeah, exactly what you just said. Like, you can't get lazy.
Oh, absolutely.
So we really concentrated on every frame. Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely. No, it's so great. And, based on books by Nora Roberts, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm just curious about the mindset, because I'm sure, when you're approached for a project like this and it's official and everything, a little bit of overwhelming feelings because it's a popular book, like books and everything. But I'm sure the excitement of being able to take this and put it on screen is something that also stands out as well, Monika.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was introduced to the book, I was on a beach vacation, and I had intended to read some weighty books about economics and things that would help me manage the times. And instead, I wound up reading Nora's book 3 times. Like I said, there is a time and a place for this kind of story. And when you need it, it's deeply, deeply satisfying.
100%. One of my favorite things, hands down, about this film is the chemistry, relationship, and friendship between Malachi Weir's character and Sam Page's character. Yeah, that is my favorite thing. So I'm just curious, from your perspective, what was it like kind of seeing that relationship and that friendship transform from the script to the screen when you were filming it?
So it was great for it to go from the book to the script to the screen, but I had the unbelievable privilege of watching it go from the screen to life. Malachi and Sam are two of my most favorite people. And what's even more amazing is they just love each other. Like the outtakes, I could do a 30-minute reel of those two making each other laugh. It's kind of adorable when there's a moment when she comes into the police station and Sam is meant to look at Alyssa with love, and it's part of their connection. And we were just having a good long day. Like we were all a little bit giggly. And so Alyssa says, Malachi's standing right there. Alyssa says to Sam, just look at me the way you look at him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
It's so great. There is so much going on in the film. From a perspective of, putting this together, and like you said, book, script, actually kind of making it, and it's going to be on Netflix. Are there some elements or components that, you really wanted to kind of put in the film that had to be kind of in the film that you were able to kind of put in the film? Like, certain relationships, certain kind of emotions and scenes, like anything like that, that when you were kind of with this project, like I have to put this in there. Anything that comes to mind?
So what happened, when you go from a book to a script, it's so intense. Like, we could have made a mini series out of it. Mm-hmm. And then we shot the movie. The first cut of the movie was 2 hours and 10 minutes long. And so, and I'll tell you, I could have watched it all those choices that you're talking about, what actually winds up in the movie, that was a 3-month process. Like it only took us 24 days to shoot it. It took us 3 months to decide what stayed in the movie. And you're right, there's a lot going on. So to strip it down to a place where the pace for the audience, like we want the audience to feel like it's coming at them so fast, they can't look away. So, we wanted to pace it like that, but to do that and retain all of the characters and retain a little bit of their backstory, and retain all of the information that you need for the whodunit. It was an enormous task that took a huge team of people, and it was the hardest part. So you're on to something. I'm not sure I answered your question exactly.
You did 100%. No, absolutely. It's so interesting as well. Before we wrap up quickly, I mean, you mentioned the escapism and the entertainment aspect of things, because that's what movies are for. Diving deep into it a little bit more, when they get to watch Brazen worldwide on Netflix, what are you hoping they get out of it specifically?
I hope they get a moment of joy. It's a stressful time. And it's a beautiful movie. It's a fun movie. It's a sexy movie. And I hope they get a good night's sleep. I hope they are satisfied by it and they had a great time. And then maybe their troubles are a little bit further away than they were when they started.
Absolutely. Well, Monika, thank you so much for taking some time. And people are going to be able to see Brazen really soon worldwide on Netflix. It's great.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations with this film. It was really great.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.